Hey guys, you know who it is. It's Robert, again, from RobGeo0407L. Robert here. And holy shit, it has been a long time since I've done a tier list video. Um, the last one I did was on Dead Mouse, and now I'm doing another one on Tier Maker. I was looking for a BT album tier list, and I actually found one on tiermaker.com, and now today I'm gonna rank all his albums in a tier list. All right, this should be exciting. All right, so yeah, BT is one of my favorite artists, and he makes some really awesome songs and tracks and stuff. And I thought it'd be fitting that since Searman's Mecha Collab ranking series on BT is coming to an end, I thought it'd be fitting to actually do this. So yeah, let's start it. Let's start this off with Between Here and You, and this goes into D tier. Yeah, I really did not care for this album at all. The only track that I found that like sticks out to me is Metamorphic, but the rest of the tracks they're worse, but pretty good at best. Even though this is at D tier, this album's not terrible. All right. Next is Everything You're Searching For Is on the Other Side of Fear. Yeah, long boy title. And yeah, I'm kind of conflicted on this one. Man. I think I'll put this in A tier. Yeah, this is much better than Between Here and You. It has like awesome standouts like Orthogonal and Piano in D and L'Esprit de l'Escalier. And yeah, I just really love this album. Kind of returning to those TBU roots, eh? All right. Yeah. So next up we have his most recent album, The Lost Art of Longing. This is the only album that Searman did not do a Mecha Collab ranking of as of yet. But I'm putting this in A tier. For an album that came out in a year that was most horrible, that was mostly horrible, this is a great album. And this is an album that I can imagine that people needed during this time, like it has awesome standouts like Walk Into the Water and Weltanschauung and Windows and 1 a.m. in Paris and others that I really like. And Save Me is a better ending to this album than Ghosting You on These Hopeful Machines. And we'll get to These Hopeful Machines later. But yeah, Lost Art of Longing is an awesome album. And yeah, next up we have Emotional Technology. This was formerly my least favorite album from BT, but at least at least Emotional Technology interests me more than Between Here and You, because Between Here and You I did not care about that much. Emotional Technology keeps me interested, so this is not my least favorite BT album anymore. That said, it's not one of my favorite albums from him. I really would not put it at D, because I think that'd be pushing it in my opinion. So I'll put this at C tier. The only track though that I really found truly awesome was Somnambulist, but the rest of the tracks were either great, good, or just eh. Like the rock ballad stuff was eh. Super Fabulous is eh. Dark Heart Darling was eh. Circles was eh. And yeah, and there are other tracks that I like Communicate and Force of Gravity. But Somnambulist just rises above all tracks, kind of like my case with Amber, where like Silver Side rises above all other tracks, Yeah, Emotional Technology, it's not one of my favorites from him, but it's not terrible either. It's just okay as a whole. And now we got the debut album, I'm a. I'll put this in. This is getting pretty hard. Like I'll go either way with this one. I'll pick B tier. Yeah, this album is really great. Divinity is such an awesome closer to this album. Might be one of my favorite closers to any BT album ever. There are other tracks that I like from that album, like Nocturnal Transmission and the two remixes of Blue Skies and other tracks that I really like from this album. I'm still not a huge fan of Embracing the Sunshine or Tripping the Light Fantastic, though. But yeah, otherwise, this is such a good album. What a great album. So much of a good album. And then we got ESCM, Electric Sky Church Music. And I'll put this in A tier. Yeah, this album is awesome. It has like some of my favorite tracks from BT ever, like Remember and Flaming June and Lullaby for Gaia, especially Lullaby for Gaia. That track is my favorite off the album, and all the other tracks are great. I'm still not a huge fan of Solar Plexus, though. It kind of ruins the album a teeny bit, but otherwise, this is an awesome album that is worth checking out. Awesome stuff. And then we got These Hopeful Machines. This is, without question, S tier. Just, without question, S tier. It's such an awesome ride, and I think it just finally beat out 4 times 4 equals 12 as my favorite 2010 album ever. It's such an awesome ride, and it's like one of my personal favorite albums of all time. Like, it takes me on a 100 or so minute journey that zips by super quick for me. Like, oh my god, it has some awesome tracks on there, like The Emergency and Every Other Way and Always and The Unbreakable and The Light and Things. Like, and all the other tracks are awesome. All other tracks are awesome. Like even the Ghost in You, even though it's one of my least favorite tracks on there, it's still a good cover to the Psychedelic Furs song of the same name. And even though Love Can Kill You is my number 1 least favorite track on the album, I'll take that over the rock stuff on Emotional Technology. It's such an awesome album, and I highly recommend it. It is a must listen. And next up we got If the Stars Are Eternal, So Are You and I. This also goes into S tier. This is such an awesome album. 13 Angels is such an awesome album. Awesome track. Like 13 Angels is one of my favorite tracks from BT ever. Possibly in my top 5 favorite tracks from him ever. And all the other tracks are really great as well. Like Our Dark Garden is such a beautiful track, and The Gathering Darkness makes for a perfect fitting as an ending for this album. And yeah, I recommend If the Stars Are Eternal. It's easily my top 3 favorite albums from him ever. Next up we have Nuevo Morso Subrosa. It exists. I'm putting this in C tier. I really haven't actually sat down and listened to it yet. Maybe I will in the future, but I don't have the urge to listen to it right now. But yeah. Next we have A Song Across Wires. This is an interesting spot to put it somewhere. Song Across Wires, I think, goes into B tier. I think it's one album that I'm kind of I don't know if it should be like on the bottom half of BT's discography in my opinion, or like the upper half, because it has some absolute standouts. It has some like absolute standouts like Skylarking and Tomahawk and Surrounded. Those tracks are awesome. Tracks like Calling Your Name, though, I think shrunk on I think it's starting to shrink on me. Calling Your Name. Yeah, I found the production on that one to be not the best. Must Be the Love, I think Must Be the Love, I think grew on me a little bit. Like, it might be my number 7 track on the album for me. Yeah, Must Be the Love, it isn't that bad. Like my least favorite tracks, like Calling Your Name, are still good, but not like up to BT standards. But standouts like Tomahawk and fucking Skylarking, dudes. Like, it's perfect territory. So Skylar, A Song Across Wires is a pretty good album, and I recommend it. Next, Movement in Still Life. I think. Oh my God. Much like I believe. This is a pretty hard place to put Movement in Still Life in. Um, like I'm flip flopping between A and B. Like why isn't there like an A plus tier or like an A minus tier or something, or maybe or I don't know. But I'll go either way with this one and put in B tier. Like I can go either way. I'd be fine with it being put in like either A or B. Moving It Still Alive is a great album. Dreaming and Godspeed are fucking legendary, and Giving Up the Ghost, I think, like I hope that track grows on me. It was it was number 10 on on my list in Searman's Becca Clap ranking for that album. After all, but the breakbeat stuff prevented this album from going into like A tier or higher. Like the breakbeat stuff, like they're good, but not really interesting, and they're not as good as ESCM. The title track, Hip Hop Phenomenon, Matt Skills, they're not really that interesting to me. And Ride is not interesting, though Ben was surprised that it's not even my least favorite on the album. But otherwise, this is a great album that's worth checking out. And next is the big one, This Binary Universe. If you have seen my reaction to the Mecha Collab ranking for This Binary Universe, I think we all know what my thoughts are. What my thoughts are on this album already. This is S tier, like seriously S tier. Oh my God, this album is like seriously in my top 3 favorite albums of all time. This album is I have no words to describe this album. It's such a legendary masterpiece. And all 7 tracks are equally great. There's not one bad track on there. Like even if See You on the Other Side is my least favorite on the album, it's still an awesome track. And Good Morning Kaya is my favorite track BT has ever done. What a heartfelt tribute to his then baby daughter. Just what a heartfelt tribute. That gets me like right here in the heart. Like, my God. Yeah, like I have nothing else to say. This is just an awesome album from start to finish, and it's worth checking out. It's a must listen. And finally, that leaves Underscore now. Oh man. This is another album that's hard to place on, like A or S. I really don't know. I think I'll put it in. I'll go either way with this one, but I'll put it in S tier. This album is awesome as well. Though it's not as good as If the Stars Were Eternal or This Binary Universe, it's still an awesome album. Tracks like Tokyo and Found in Translation and The Code of Hammurabi, they're among my least favorites on the album, but they're still awesome. And the 3 tracks that are split into movements, Omega, Artifacture, and Indivism, awesome tracks. My favorite on the track is Omega. Like, there's so much craziness going on. I love every single second of Omega, and as well as every single second of this album. And I got nothing else to say. This is a great album, and it's it's worth checking out. And yeah, that's the tier list, guys. And as you can see, it was created by November AB. I'll put the link to the tier list as well as the link to November AB's Twitter account in the description, because he or she made this tier list, I can imagine. So, yeah, special shout out to that Twitter user right there. This was pretty fun to rank, though it was also hard because, you know, there were some some albums like Movement and Still Life and Underscore that I'd be fine in like one of two places on the on this tier list. But yeah, I thought I'd do this because one, it's been a while since I've done a tier list, and two, since I've done a tier list video, and two, you know, I thought it'd be fitting to do this, knowing that Searman's Mega Collab Ranking Series on BT is coming to an end soon. Yeah, so if you like this video, give it a like, share this one with your friends if you want to, and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe, as we're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.